I think last time we have done up to regulation of prices. Is it so, Abdul? How about education TV? Do you know about Muazu?
Yes,
You were there in the last
yes,
class.
yes, sir, it is the place.
Yeah, yeah. But we have done the last chapter was regulation of prices. Muazu, do you remember?
Yes, sir, I remember.
Yeah, which chapter it was? Regulation of prices or what? Anyway, education TV.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, could you just remind us which chapter we had finished last?
Last time I came late. That is why I cannot remember, sir.
Oh, see, you came late, but at the end, of course, we are talking about what was the end topic.
Okay, sir.
Which topic we have finished? Abdul. Now we are just coming back to Abdul Salam. Yeah, please.
Okay,
Which
sir.
chapter we have done last time?
Our last chapter is chapter 8.
Objective and methods.
Yeah, it's chapter 8.
No. We didn't do discounts and allowances.
No, we moved to chapter
Uh,
9.
No, we
We
did
have finished
discounts and allowances. We did regulation of prices also. Is it so?
but that sir, regulation of price, we did not discuss it, but you partially start discussing it and said that in our next class you will discuss
Yeah,
with
regulation of
the
prices. Regulation of prices.
yes.
So discount and allowances, shall we have to revise it?
Yeah, it's our last discussion.
No problem. No problem. So what we will do, we'll revise discount and allowances, and then we'll be doing the regulation of prices thereafter, right? We'll revise what is, why discount is necessary and why discount is given, and what are the basic idea to give the discount, and how it gives the impact, and what are the basic things which we are giving it to the customer, and on what ground we are giving, and finally whether these discounts and allowances are giving any impact on the marketing. Yes, it is. So immediately start with page number 167, unit 9. Page number 167, unit number 9. Discount. Discount, basically it is the amount which is you are paying less than what you are supposed to pay. Okay, you are giving the less price than what you are supposed to pay. All right. So discount and allowances, we just show respect to the buyer by saying so. We are giving certain reduction on account of quantity, on account of cash payment, on account of cumulative quantity, and so on. All right. So that means we are adjusting the price. We are just giving the reduction in the price as discount, rebates, commission, and allowances. Abdul, you have already passed the message in the group for your friends.
Yes, sir, I have passed it.
Okay, okay. I've seen last week you were very active and you have become virtually a sort of, advisor to all the students. That was really remarkable. That was really good. Okay. So when we are just giving some kind of reduction, what kind of reduction it could be, right? First is called the quantity discount. Suppose you are going to the wholesale market. If suppose you buy 1 kg of anything, they will be giving you a price of suppose 10 naira. But at the same time, if instead of 1 kg, you will be asking for 5 kg, they may ask you the price of 45 naira. Now see, as per calculation, if 1 kg is 10 naira, for 5 kg we are supposed to pay 50 naira. But the seller is asking for 45 naira. That means the seller has given you the quantity discount of 5 naira. Is that correct, Salome? Because you have come for the first time, you have to understand this. All right. Salome, are you there in the class?
We
Could you
agree,
hear
sir.
me, Salome? All right, there is absolutely no problem. Okay. So
I'm here,
quantity
sir.
is
I'm hearing you.
okay,
We
okay,
hear,
okay,
sir.
okay. Very good, Salome.
Yes.
No, I wanted a small confirmation, Salome, because at times when you are just buying one product for 10 naira and for 5 products you are supposed to pay 50 naira, but the seller is asking 45 naira. Is that correct that they are giving you the discount of 5 naira, please?
Pardon?
See, instead of charging 50 naira, the seller is charging 5
Mm.
naira from you, 45 naira. That means you have been given the discount of 5 naira. Is that correct?
Yes, it is correct.
Yeah. So like that only, they are just giving you the reduction in price when you are buying in the quantity. When you are buying the larger quantity, in the bigger quantity, then the seller often allows a reduction in the price charge for the product. Now, out of the quantity discount, we are having non-cumulative quantity discount. Non-cumulative quantity discount. Illustration of non-cumulative discount is table 9.1. If you are buying 1 to 4 cases, okay, soap case, then you will be getting no discount. But once you are just buying the soap cases 5 to 9, you get 3% discount. And if you buy 10 to 19, you will get 4% discount. And if it is 20 to 49, you get 5% discount. And 50 and above, 6% discount. Now imagine it is just coming out to be as good as big as large as your order becomes, you get more discount than earlier. So this is coming out to be non-cumulative discount. The moment you raise the bar, the moment you raise the say quantity, you will get the next slab of advantage, next slab of discount. All right. But if we are just talking about the cumulative quantity discount, this type of discount is the reduction on the price of the product or group of product based on the total amount purchased by a particular buyer from the seller during a specified period, generally a year. It is also called a deferred or patronage discount. It may so happen that sometime the marketing people, they are fixing the targets. Like if suppose Abdul Salam, he is attending all the classes, so he would be given 5 extra marks as bonus for attending all the classes. And
Okay, sir.
if suppose I am not attending any class, I may not be given that bonus marks. So it is a kind of cumulative discount that just to encourage the people to come to the class. Like that only the marketing people also they do that. Marketing people they just do that. If suppose they are fixing the target of 300 cases or 500 cases or 200 cases or 100 cases or 50 cases or whatever the target they are fixing. Once you just complete the target, then the patronage, the loyalty, the friendship, the contributory discount is given once in a year. Once in a year, the reduction is given in the total target, the kind of commission. So it is called cumulative because it is not given every time, but it is giving looking at your performance for 1 year. All right. Next comes trade discount. Trade discount is a functional discount. Okay. The manufacturer, if they want to appoint any distributor, definitely they will asking me how much discount, how much less you are just giving me, because I'm going to give you cash money or the credit or whatever the terms would be. So trade discount is a functional discount. This is the reduction in price to the distributing middleman, because MRP is always much higher than what you are giving to the distributor. To the distributor is the lesser most price you are giving to the distributor, because they are to give further discount to the wholesaler, agent, and then the maximum chunk of profits are coming up with the retailer, because that time the retailer is just bearing the entire responsibility. Trade discount, it is not discriminatory. When it is not discriminatory, it is coming out to be the fair deal. All right. Whatever good terms you have done, accordingly the discount is given to you. Cash discount. Often it happens. Suppose Salome has come for the first time, na? Did you attend the class earlier, Salome?
Yes, I'm here.
No. Did you attend the class last time or earlier?
No, I
No.
didn't.
Okay. So why we are just asking you all the question, because at least you will be acclimatized to the kind of system we have. All right. So
Yes,
suppose
sir.
you are normally asking for the credit to the vendor, to the seller, and all of a sudden you just find out one thing for 100 naira. The customer do not want anything, no problem, nothing of the sort. The customer will ask the person or the authorized person to give this discount to the buyer. Discount with the buyer. They know about that you are not going to give, you are not going to take credit. So once you give cash, it becomes handy to the seller, and as a mark of a basic incentive, the cash discount is given. Okay. Next one comes seasonal discount. So now if suppose the South African countries are facing some cold waves. Now, cash discount, once we are just talking about the cash discount we are giving it to the people who are giving ready-made cash, immediate. You ask for 100 naira, you have given 100 naira, and immediately you get the discount of 2 naira. That means you are supposed to pay only 98 naira instead of 100. Naira is your currency, right, Salome? Your currency is Naira, Abdul Salam. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay,
Naira is a
okay. Next is seasonal discount. Suppose it is very hot nowadays, and suppose somebody is just selling the jackets. So immediately you will say, sorry, I don't want because it's very hot. So I won't be needing jacket. I won't be needing the warm clothing. I shall be very, very shy whenever I'm going to the place. So seasonal discount is according to the season. Now, if suppose at the time of summer, there are someone who are just selling you the pullovers, jackets, coats, and the blankets. Definitely, they have to because these things are not being on sale. Why? Because it is very hot. The season is coming out to be of say summer season, and you are just selling the winter things. So definitely, you will get some off season discount because these things are not available in the market otherwise. Okay. Promotional allowance. Promotional allowance, you can just give it to some people in case they are demonstrating a higher performance. In case they are giving a higher position or promotion, no need to call anything in between because then it is the decision between the local production unit and participation of the middleman or the seller. All right. But for the promotional allowances, you are supposed to do something extra. For that extra, the promotional allowance shall be given to you. All right. Geographical pricing. Geographical pricing. Geographical pricing is normally talking about the say the area where it just comes out to be. Where is what? I think we have discussed, Abdul. Last time we have discussed this, na?
yes, sir. We have discussed it. I have
Yeah.
remembered.
FOB factory pricing.
Even
FOB
chapter
factory
10.
price will go a little quicker. FOB pricing means free on board. That means it will be a factory price method. And once the buyer is purchasing things, and once the things are out of the factory, it becomes the job of your senior or your urgent person, and they will be just saying whether good or bad, whether it is a good or a bad situation. How it would be a good or bad situation, you can immediately verify by just saying so. If it is free on board, that means the buyer has to bear the cost of freight charges. The seller bear only the cost up to loading the merchandise on the carrier selected by the buyer. Again, it has got different dimensions. Factory pricing. So free on board, maybe there are many other things, but there are people who do not just go for the uh, say geographical discrimination. They say it will be a uniform delivered price. East or west, my country is the best. East or west, my product is the best. So they do not charge extra for any different locality. They are charging the price at the same pattern and in the same tone. So uniformity is there. You are giving a price to all, whomsoever is just buying, whether east or west, whether it is the inside country or outside country. Uniform delivered pricing. Zone pricing. Zone pricing is just comes out to be the area has been fixed, their concentration has been made, and with that concentration, you are making the pricing for a product. Freight absorption price. Will you say something? Freight absorption. It is fixed. When the seller has high fixed cost and can get more business, the average cost will fall and compensate over the extra freight charge. Even sometimes fall in the cost may be more than the freight charges, resulting into profits. Okay, so these are the scenario when the seller wants to penetrate into the market. The seller is just planning to penetrate the market. And the third one is when the seller wants to meet the increasing competition in the market. Penetrate means you are already a seller. You want to penetrate the new product or penetrate the market by announcing some allowances or the promotional targets. Then comes freight quotation, price quotation in the international market. It is as per the nomenclature, what kind of facility you are giving. The first is X point origin price. It is the X factory price. Once it is out of the factory, the product, the rest of the thing you are to bear, the buyer has to bear the rest of other expenditure. In the international quotation, pre-onboarding, pre-onboarding, that means they are giving one more say a menu that they are giving it on the railway wagon, trucks, or any other conveyance at the seaboard, and thereafter the other expenditure shall be borne by the buyer. But there is something which is called CIF, cost, insurance, and freight price, which is commonly used. The seller is required to pay all the cost until the goods reach the importer's country. Now there is no complication whatsoever you are buying, like in the domestic business, they say free home delivery. It will be a kind of free international delivery. You will be taking care of the cost, of course, that is essential. Then freight, and then insurance as well. All right. Pricing a new product. We have discussed that pricing a new product means if suppose you are really having a sort of a real innovation, you can go for the market skimming price. That means the market is in your favor. And by having that favor, you can think of earning a better profit. You can think of having a better pay price and better pay. Why these prices are special? Why? Because we find it that it is a market skimming price. Your is a new product. Many people they are not known to. So if there is a sort of a revision in the price, people will happily give it. But once people understand that it is the same old story, then they may reduce their demand. But if there is a real innovation, if there is a new idea, new product under the new avatar, then for some time or till such time the competitors are entering, you can skim the market. You can just think of earning little extra profit than the normal. But sometime it may so happen that you see the product has been sold well, but now every product has got its product life cycle. Anyone who has not known to that marketing nowadays, it is just coming out to be personalized issues. It is not like the olden days when things are just coming out to be very cost caring. So market penetration means your market is there, but the product is completing its life cycle. So any country, anything, any market, they can just come up and they can say, okay, you can launch this product and market penetration could be there. Normally, you just reduce the price. Okay. Normally, you reduce the price so that you can just shake up the market and then it comes out to be in your favor. Next comes fixed prices versus flexible price. If you are just going to any outlet and they say, sir, prices are fixed, rest of the other thing, you can just make it according to the rules. Next comes fixed versus flexible price. Fixed price, the name is very prominent. It says that if it is fixed, that means nothing can be changed. But if it is flexible, that means the bargaining would be there. It may not be the same as per your convenience. Unit pricing, normally unit pricing are coming up that you are just dividing the whole product into different units, and instead of asking a big blast question, you're asking them very narrow question with a naira. All right. So flexible price means it is bargaining one, and unit pricing means suppose we buy one product for 10 per unit. All right. So whatever is there prepared, whether prepared or bought from the market. Okay. Unit price means it is per unit price which comes out to be the backbone of the system. Now, with the unit price, we have finished our unit number 9. We will move on to unit number 10. And before we move on to unit number 10, can we just take a break? So, Abdul Salam, he is in the
Yes, sir.
lead role today. How many minutes break?
5 minutes is okay, sir.
5 minutes would be okay. So we'll
5
be
minutes.
precisely meeting exactly after 5 minutes. Then you can ask your question and then immediately we'll just start unit number 10.
Okay,
All
sir.
right. See, Gray
Yes, sir.
similarly. Gray has joined. Welcome, Gray.
Thank you so much, sir.
Gray, we are on the break. We are on the break for 5 minutes. After
All
5
right.
minutes, we'll just join for the discussion
right.
of unit number 10, regulation of prices.
All right, but I have a complaint to make, sir.
You have a complaint
Yes, I have a complaint.
with whom?
To you, of course.
Or to me?
Yes.
Okay, tell me your complaint.
Okay. I didn't know that you gave an assignment on the principles of marketing. I realized just yesterday.
No, I have not given any assignment.
Like, serious?
Yeah, why should I just give an assignment for principle of marketing? We have not yet discussed. Last time we have discussed only about the accounting part, BCOC 131.
Okay. I saw something like an assignment at the student portal.
No. Last time we had discussed BCOC 131 assignment because the
All
last
right.
date was 31st. It was a
Sir,
practical subject. So we have
sir.
discussed that subject. In respect of these, I am going to take up the question papers. We are going to discuss the question paper now.
All right.
Yes. Actually, in our student learning portal, there is assignment for each courses that we have taken. And the final day for the submission of that assignment, it is since Friday, this past Friday.
Yeah, but then Gray, it is not, it is a system which is just giving all these information. I have nothing to play, I have no role to play in this. In fact, I had just given a sort of facility to my student that in case they have not done their assignment, then of course I can just help them. So the next 1 or 2 days, they can submit their assignment by the last date, and then the reflection could come to me. This could be the idea. All right,
Okay,
Gray?
sir.
All
It
right.
is
All right.
oh,
Thank
not
you.
Right. So we'll be
there.
meeting now after exactly after 5 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Is Salome still around?
Yes, I'm around.
Uh, what's your name again? Is Salome who?
Mazengela.
You are from Malawi, right?
Yeah, and you who?
I'm Gray.
Glay who?
Sululu.
Glay?
Sululu.
Oh, from Malawi as well?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Okay.
where have you been?
I've been around. I should be the one asking you. Okay. Can you get my number? I think we'll keep in touch. 0888
Wait. 0888.
33
Yes.
44
Yes.
78.
78. All right.
Yeah.
I'll say hi on WhatsApp.
All right. Sure.
Welcome back. Normally, we are fixing the price covering our cost, our insurance, and freight charge. It may so happen that despite charging your prices, these are over and above the normal market price. So what will you do? There is one thing that you can stop producing that product. No, because you are in the business. You don't feel like stopping that product for product. You may like to know the reasons. May like to know the reasons why, how the sales are getting reduced. But it may so happen that despite all the cost, insurance, and freight, your price is crossing the limit fixed by the government. Here becomes a googly. Here the government, the artificial say procedures, when there people would be asking for the price and they want exact price should continue, the exact price should go, nothing new is to be offered. If at all it is just offered, it has to have a justification why and how. The cost has been raised and correspondingly we are to look at the regulation of the grant. When you just look at the regulation part, it is on account of many such things. What could be the price maintenance? All right. What could be the price maintenance? If the resale price is enormously high, we are having the Competition Act in India. As per Competition Act, you cannot charge the price at a high pitch, or you cannot charge the price higher than the fixation. There the comes first one, how the prices could be controlled. Resale price maintenance. You may buy it for 10 rupees, but you cannot sell it out for 10 rupees, 10 paisa. More than 10 rupees, 10 paisa. So resale price maintenance, it is regulated. So you will be buying as far as possible for 10 rupees or less than 10 rupees. So you can sell it out for 10 rupees, 10 paisa. All right. Price discrimination. It may so happen that suppose just not as an incentive, but I can misguide. Education TV, Gray, Abdul Salam, Salome, out of them, I'm just giving Muazo the best discount. Other may ask this question, why there is a price discrimination? Okay. For us, it is 100 naira, but why it is for Muazu, it is coming out to be 95 nairas. Depends what kind of supply chain, what kind of planning I have, and accordingly I can get the price regulated. Collective price fixing, it is a cartel kind of thing. Collusive tendering, the cartel kind of thing. Sometimes the manufacturers and suppliers, they make an understanding for eliminating competition amongst themselves. They fix the common price. It may so happen. But if it is just coming out to be, other than formal or informal quarter, it would be so nice of them, because the member of the market, they are deciding to charge one initiators amount or anything which is just coming out. In the long run, it could be not as effective as should be, but in the short run, you can have experiment, and then instead of the independent pricing, you are making the cartel pricing that has to be curbed. Okay, because it kills the original pricing. Collusive tendering. Collusive tendering means you are just giving the terms and condition in a different word. Something like before, say pre-tender, pre-decided tender. But collusive tendering is just leading to the higher price of the product. Therefore, it is eliminated by the Competition Commission of India. Collusive bidding. Collusive bidding means collusive situation where goods are sought to be disposed of. The system is prevalent among a certain organization which dispose of surplus goods through auction with a view to get the higher possible price. Predatory pricing. Predatory pricing means you are driving out the smaller competition. The smaller competitors, you want to eventually make them out, okay, and make profit temporarily, so create. So predatory price, again, it is just comes out to be other price discrimination, and otherwise also it is just coming out to be a change in the perception, and it should not be the predatory price, so that at least everybody has the chance to participate in the market at equal opportunity. Bargain and deceptive pricing. When we are talking about the bargain, in the bargain, the buyer is always on the loss, because even if they bargain, the price would be more. Okay. But bargain is coming, it is being seen as a sort of against the transparency. Against the transparency. So once the transparency is not there, definitely there could be any prices, n number of possibilities, and that may be much lower than what is present today, could be much more than what you are just predicting. Now, regulation of pricing under the Consumer Protection Act, excessive pricing. Suppose it is excessive. Charging of unnecessary high pricing. Anytime, if you charge extra, the government could just put a barrier, or government could just put the notice to the seller that you cannot just sell the price beyond this. That's what is the job of, that's what is the price which is being controlled by the government or the other companies who are authorized by the government. All right. Regulation of pricing under the other acts is the Essential Commodities Act. Once we are talking about the essential commodities means it could be kerosene, food grains, it could be tea, sugar, cement, paper, petrol, anything which is subsidized. And in case it is about the subsidized word, I might also forget that essential commodities are to be made reasonable. Why? Because then only you can just serve the poor outfits. Then only you can serve well to the disadvantaged groups. So accordingly, you will be just asking for the price after discussion with the industry and some people, and then you can just fix up the price. The controller price, the controlled price, it could be controlled, and thereafter it could be the market price. All right. So essential commodities, normally the prices are fixed by the government. Essential commodities. Why? Because you definitely give them a benefit to the poor and marginalized groups. Poor and marginalized groups. Drugs price, it is not the illicit drugs, it is the medicine we are just talking about. Okay. The pricing of certain medicines would be common and it is just coming out to be on the lesser side. Why drugs? Because again, to help the poor and marginalized group or the needy people, those who cannot afford, they could enroll with ourselves and then get the scholarship. So something like that only. I'll be just making my own perception. I'll be making my own momentum, and then I could just offer the incentive also on part of the seller, that they are just thinking of the medicine part, that it should be at the maximum price fixed by the government. So no, nothing can be bought or nothing can be sold beyond that amount, beyond that. Industrial Development and Regulation Act 1951. Industries, they are just looking after, there are certain industries who are being given the sale price and the assistance to sell them. The assistance to sell them. And finally, it is legal metrology packaged commodities rules. Okay, and it just ensures that the consumer has the relevant information about the packaged goods. This one is just coming out to be packaged, means the person can always think of that what particulars we are supposed to give, name and address of the manufacturer. Few seconds, please. Few seconds, just half a minute. So it is legal metrology package commodities. There we are just giving them what is the legal right of the customer that cannot be compromised. You have to give a proper control over the pricing. You have to give a package commodities. You have to give them all the relevant information. For every package now, name and address of the manufacturer, common or generic commodity contained in the package, net quantity, month and year of manufacturing, because the expiry date should also be regulated accordingly. The selling price, MRP, is to be given, and dimension of commodity if relevant. It is obligatory on the part of each manufacturer to display the maximum retail price of all the package activity offered sale. No retailer or the person including manufacturer, they may make any sale commodity at a price exceeding the retail price thereof. So legal remedial action is that they cannot charge the price once fixed. This is the legal metrology package commodity rules 2011. It helps the customer to assess their bought product and accordingly take a decision whether to continue or loyal with the bought product or to change the option. Friends, with that we have completed unit number 10 as well. And now we'll be just moving on to block 4, which is talking about the distribution, channel of distribution 1, channel of distribution 2, and physical distribution. So we will start with unit 11. Can we just have a break for no. I think we when did we start? Last class, last break was did we start at 4:20 2020 na? We started at 4:20. Abdul,
Yes. So
we
you can
started
start to
last break was
20.
up to 4 sorry, whatever it is, about 25 minutes we have already completed.
Yeah.
Okay, no issues. I will just give you the preamble and then we'll have a break of 5 minutes.
Okay,
Now,
sir.
once you are just in know of the prices, once you are in know of the legal remedies, you must know how to distribute your product. That is essential, because unless you know about how to distribute your product, it would be difficult on the other part to move on. Okay, it will be difficult on the other part to move on. So channel of distribution, what they do? Channel of distribution are the route taken by the goods as they flow from the producer to the consumer. The channel distribution is a network of institutions that perform a variety of interrelated and coordinated functions in the movement of goods from producers to consumer. What we are thinking, what we are doing, it is basically, it is coming out to be the channel which is just moving on from the manufacturer to the consumer. Manufacturer to the consumer. All right, friends. Next, let us just think about the distribution channel makes it possible for the consumer to get the product whenever they want them, and thus create the time utility to the product. Okay. Distribution channel helps in the movement of goods from producer to the consumer. Thus, creates place utility to the product. Thereafter, let us just focus about the function of channels of distribution. Functions of channels of distribution. One is the transactional functional. You see, first thing is that buying, selling is just going on. The distributor buys from the manufacturer. The agent is buying from the distributor. The wholesaler is buying from the distributor. And then the retailer comes out to be sometime I just give them, or sometime the retailer will just give them the transaction. So first activity of the channel of distribution is transactional functions. Next is logistical functions. Logistics means it is helping to preserve the product, helping to transport the product, helping to look after the international operation wherever needed, so that now you could think of that how the transactional, logistical, and finally facilitating functions. Logistical function could be of transportation, order processing, warehouse, banking, and so on. Facilitating functions, if you are just looking at the facilitating functions, sometime it may so happen that whatever is not given in the agreement but is coming out to be. Okay. If the time permits, this time we are not going to discuss the assignment because assignments have already been submitted by you. We are going to discuss the question paper. Will that be correct? Salome? Gray? Will that be okay?
The question paper for principles of marketing?
Yeah.
All right, no problem.
Will that be helping you?
Yes. You said you haven't given any assignment for principles of marketing, right?
Which one?
You said you haven't given any assignment in principles of marketing.
No, I have not given any assignment here.
All right, fine. So
I
we
have
can
not
discuss
given
the question.
assignment. See, assignments are already there on the LMS portal. You have to
All
download
right.
them and you have to submit it by the time. Now, if you did not submit, you have to see. I don't know exactly what is the proviso. If you have to submit the assignment by paying late fee, that is not known to me. But somebody else was just telling that you have to pay a little extra fee for that. Is it so?
All right. All right.
I have not come across any such provision, but if it is on the LMS portal, you have to obey that.
Okay, fine.
Right. Facilitating functions, which are just coming out to be the post-purchase service and maintenance, financing, market information. All these things are there better for the producer because finances are just coming out to be very, very big role. When things are just coming out to be the channel of distribution, sometimes the distributor, the wholesaler, and other people, they are financing to the manufacturer to produce the things. And sometimes they are just giving the post-sale information and post-sale activities for a particular product. Channel of distribution used, if we are just going for the direct channel of distribution, direct means producers, traveling salesman, consumer. Okay, when it is zero level channel, you are just having only one major person in between, That means you do not have more than one. So it started with producer, traveling salesman, and consumer. Okay. Producer, retail showroom, showroom. You can just take out how it goes. Producer, retail showroom, and consumer. Producer, mail order, telephone, consumer. These are the direct channel of distribution. We are not consulting any. Producer, mail order, telephone, and consumer. So here you can just see it is the direct channel. Normally, very less time it would take. Once it start from the producer, it'll be going to the consumer very fast. So these are called the direct channels for the channel of distribution, direct channels. Let us now focus on the indirect channel of distribution. Indirect channels are just giving you the information. Producer, retailer, consumer. Producer, retailer, consumer. Producer, wholesaler, consumer. Producer, wholesaler, retailer, consumer. Producer, agents, wholesaler, retailer, consumer. So these are the channels which are just giving you the information, which are just helping you with 1, 2, 3 channels in between. Okay. So these are the indirect channels which are just helping. Okay. Now, multi-channel distribution system. If suppose company deal with diverse customer segment, these companies are adopting multi-channel distribution system, which is also known as hybrid channel. Hybrid channel. Hybrid channel means they are informing through catalog, internet, and telephone. They have their retailers also. They have their fixation, other than fixation, the indirect channels. All right, friends. We can just have a small, just a moment, digital marketing channels. It is the new phenomena now of the digital marketing, which is internet based, and with the internet based, you can just have the hotel booking, the air ticket booking, the rail ticket booking, sometimes the bus ticket booking also. You can do it on these platforms, and thereby you can have the desired product according to the convenience and the time limit you are just thinking to get a product. Let us just take 5 minutes break, because then with this only we'll be just starting channel of distribution used for consumer goods and channel of distribution used for industrial goods. We'll come back after 5 minutes, and then we will just carry on this channel of distribution used for consumer and industrial goods. 5 minutes break. Welcome back. So channel of distribution used for consumer goods. If we just look at the 11.4, page number 205, where it is written the producer, retailer, consumer. It is normally for cars, clothing. Consumer, straight from the producer, catalog shopping. If it is producer, wholesaler, retailer, stereos, videos, recorders, auto parts, and food items, agent, broker, wholesaler, and retailer. So this is about the consumer goods. We have to just talk about the industrial goods. We have to just look at the 11.5 figure carefully. The 11.5 figure is giving us the information about the industrial goods. Okay. Instead of consumer, now we are having the industrial buyer. Instead of consumer, we have the industrial buyer. So industrial buyer means the one who is manufacturing. You can have it from the producer direct, the raw material, the spare parts, or anything. You can have from the industrial distributor also as industrial buyer. You can have it through agent also, the industrial food products. Okay. But what you can have it through agent and industrial distributor, electrical components from foreign market. All right. Food items through agent, conveyor system trucks, industrial distributor, and straight mainframe computers, aircraft, heavy machinery. Often we just think that what are the factors which would be influencing the choice of channel. The first one is see the market consideration. The second one is product consideration. The third one is middleman consideration. And the fourth one is company considerations. Company considerations. All right. They are discussing the first one. First one speaks about the product consideration, perishability. If it is perishable products like eggs, milk products, these are to be sold with the shortest possible channel. Why? Because otherwise it would be spoiled. Bulkiness. If these are heavy and bulky products, cement, heavy machinery, etc., then we can have the short channels. Okay. In case it is lightweight or small size items, dress material and other things, you can have a longer channel. But if it is heavy, the cement, steel, machinery, we should have only the shortest channel. Technical nature of product, sophisticated electrical, electronics are generally distributed directly or through short channels. This we are just doing it on the products considerations part. And the product value. For the product value, if it is just coming out to be very cheap, very low, then we may be having larger channel. But if things are bulky, then of course our channel should be smaller one. Market consideration, size of the customers. If the size of customers are large, within the customers range, suppose it is, we are talking about Nairobi. Suppose we are talking about any capital city in Africa. So suppose we would wish to look at the concentration in the capital city. Can we just say Nairobi is one of the capital city in Africa? Abdul Salam.
Yes, sir. It is the capital city of Kenya.
Okay. Okay. So when we are just talking about Nairobi, definitely there will be for food product or anything, size of the customers would be very big. So what we can do when we are having bigger number of customers, we can distribute them zone wise. Zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4 or free zone. If at all is just coming out to be smaller customer, then you can just have a shorter channel also. Okay. Potential volume of sales, that again decides what kind of channel we are just going to do. The size of the customer, big, larger channel you can use. Smaller, definitely the shorter channel you have to just go for. Concentration of the buyers, similar thing, concentration of the buyers. If suppose the concentration of the buyers is in the particular area, suppose it is in Nairobi or maybe it is in Cape Town. So we have to know about where the concentration is and accordingly make our plan. Size of the purchase order. Again, the size of the purchase order gives you the value, how we are to choose the channel, whether lesser channel of 1 or bigger channel of 3. Middleman consideration, type of middleman. Now, who is the middleman? Whether agent, wholesaler, retail. According to the middleman, we are having the grading, standardization, packing, and all that. Okay. So middlemans are there. It is your selection who will be just doing it. All right. Channel competition. If the channel competition is very big, then of course many more people would be approaching you to distribute your product. But initially you have to popularize it. Once you have popularized, the channel competition would be there to approach you. Availability of the middleman, that of course once again in the hilly area, in the dry area, in the wet areas, or in the areas where the considerations are otherwise, then the availability of the middleman we are supposed to just look at. All right. Since we are just moving on in the normal phases, so then if suppose there is no middleman, you have to take a shorter route. But if suppose you are having a bigger number of middlemen, then you can make use of their services. They'll be available with a reasonable price for you. Company considerations are cost of distribution. If cost of distribution is very high, then definitely you will be just thinking of shorter channel. Long run effect on profit. If suppose we are just thinking that our long-term effects are soothing, continuing, good profits we are just earning, then there is no fun to change the system, channel of distribution. But if you make an R&D, then definitely you have to just keep the menu free and then you can just make out how to just go for it. Experience and ability. If suppose you are experienced and your ability is good, you can have the smaller channel. If you don't have the ability or you don't have the experience, better to outsource it, because I know whatever expenditure you are incurring, it could be taken as promotional charges, discount, and so on. Still, I would recommend that all the producers should have adequate experience and ability. Financial strength, again, financial strength, it goes with the cost of distribution. If suppose our financial strength is big, then we can afford the costly ways and means. But if suppose our financial strength is not good, then we have to think of the shorter channel all the time. Intensity of distribution. Intensive distribution policy. Intensive distribution policy, it refers to the sale of product through a very large number of outlets. Through a very large number of outlets. Selective distribution policy says that you are selecting the people and then you are not going to anywhere else. And they will be just distributing according to the quantum they had been given. Exclusive distribution policy, that means you are not giving them permission to start with. So depends whether it is exclusive, selective, or intensive distribution policy. Friends, with that, we have completed unit number 11 as well. I'll just take you to the preamble of chapter 12, unit 12, chapter 12, channel of distribution, part 2. Channel of distribution, part 2. In the chapter number 12, meaning and role of middlemen, they are creating the utilities, whether it is place or time utility. They are putting economy in the effort, and therefore they are playing an important role in between the gap of producer and consumer. We will come down to 12.2, number of contacts when the service of a middleman is used. Next is, first we have thought of that it is the economy in efforts. Third one is market coverage. Market coverage. They are covering the market. They are playing the useful role. Covering the market, all the nook and corners, and they are just giving you the basic structural support. provide convenience to the consumer, like the retailer. The retailer is giving the ultimate convenience to the consumer, because anytime there are certain retail stores which are open 24/7. Anytime you could just go and can have the smallest to the bigger things you want. So provide field stocks, financing, servicing, the post-sale services, help in promotion. All right. Types of middleman: primary participants, facilitating participants. They are, because they are helping to bridge the gap between the producer and the consumer. If we are just looking at the types of middleman, functional middleman. Functional middleman. What they function the process of distribution of goods without having ownership rights are called functional middlemen. All right. They don't take the responsibility of the goods, rights of the goods, ownership of the goods, but they help the manufacturer, the producer of the company, to distribute it in the market. First such functional consultant would be factor, who keeps the goods of others and sell them with the approval of the owner, is factor. Okay. Brokers, they take neither possession nor acquire ownership of the goods. They only serve to bring the buyer and seller together. This is the job of the broker. What they do, they are bringing the buyer to the buying agent or the seller, and whatever they are just exchanging. The interesting part, the athlete or the basic contributor would only win on this particular transactions. So broker, a very specified role. Yes, Nitin. Anything, Nitin? What happened, Nitin?
दो जने कहाँ गए थे? चार रह गए, 6 में से।
एग्जिट कर दिया होगा ना?
Nitin, your mic is on. Okay. Commission agents. They are also working on behalf of the sellers. They perform the function of warehousing, grading, packing, sampling, in addition to assembling and dispersion. Okay. In case they are bearing the risk of bad debts also, then they are called DEL creditor agents. Commission agents, on the normal course, they are the commission agents. They sell the product and get the commission. All right. But yes,
हेलो सर।
जी नितिन बोलो।
सर मैं 5 मिनट में अभी पहुंच रहा हूँ।
5 मिनट्स में?
सर घर पहुंच रहा हूँ मैं सर।
नहीं
सर
कोई बात नहीं, मैं 5 मिनट में वाइंड अप कर दूं।
हाँ सर, ओके ओके सर, वाइंड अप कर दो सर।
हाँ हाँ 5 मिनट में वाइंड अप कर रहा हूँ, डोंट वरी।
ओके।
Yes.